Here are some pictures of things that we're going to find in the story. You can see the picture of a shed, the wooden building, often found in gardens, or we have some in our school playground. You can see the broom, used to sweep dirt and dust away. A feather duster, that's often used to get into small corners and spaces to clean. And a dustpan, they're used to sweep up the rubbish so that it can be transferred into the bin. Now, let's have a listen to the story. Hello everyone. The next unit of work that we'll be doing is going to be based on this story. It's called Sidney Spider, A Tale of Friendship, and it's by Alison Cooper. Let's listen. Once upon a time, there was a large spotted spider called Sidney, who lived in the top corner of Mrs. Brown's shed. He was a very special spider because he spun beautiful golden webs. But Sidney was lonely. When he arrived last year, all the other spiders said, "Go away, Sidney. We don't want you here. You'll steal all our prey with your golden webs." So Sidney hid away in his dark corner, feeling sad. One bright sunny morning, Mrs. Brown decided to spring clean her shed. So she opened up the door and banged her broom, feather duster and dustpan down on the floor. Sidney and all the other spiders in the shed shivered in fear. Soon Mrs. Brown started to sing Incy Wincy Spider at the top of her voice, and Sidney shivered a bit more. Then Mrs. Brown picked up her broom and started to sweep. Swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. Sidney looked down from his deep dark corner and saw Mrs. Brown's broom coming closer and closer and closer. Swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. "Help!" cried Sidney. "Please help me." Luckily, Susie, a tiny house spider, heard him. "I'm in the old flower pot behind the spade," squeaked Susie. "Throw out your line and come and hide with me." So Sidney threw out a fine golden thread and landed gently in Susie's flower pot. "Thank you, Susie," said Sidney, smiling. A few minutes later, Sidney and Susie heard swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. Oh no! Mrs. Brown's broom was heading for the flower pot. "Help!" cried Sidney and Susie. "Please help us." Luckily, Stanley, an ancient spider, heard them. "I'm in the red welly boot under the bench," mumbled Stanley. "Throw out your line and come and hide with me." So Sidney threw out a fine golden thread and grabbed Susie. Together they landed with a gentle thump in the old red welly boot. "Thank you, Stanley," said Sidney and Susie, smiling. A few minutes later, Sidney, Susie and Stanley heard a swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. Oh no! Mrs. Brown's broom was heading for the red welly boot. Mrs. Brown bent to pick up the boot, but luckily her phone rang at that very moment. "I will come immediately," they heard her say. So Mrs. Brown picked up her broom, feather duster and dustpan and rushed out of the door. "Hooray!" said Sidney, Susie and Stanley. "Come on, everyone, let's have a party," they said. So all of the other spiders crawled out of the holes. First, they all shook one of Stanley's legs to welcome him. Next, they danced a special spider dance in the middle of the shed. After that, Stanley knew that he would never be lonely again.